Hello and welcome to another reaction video. It is that time of year when people start to get a little crazy, maybe a little greedy, impatient, rude. Yes, I'm talking about Christmas and the holidays. And there's one thing that I always enjoy doing while we are in Germany, and that is visiting Christmas markets. I've been to one in Trier, I've been to a few other ones. Always a great time. I always enjoy myself. The glühwein, the crepes, walking around in coats and hats and seeing your breath and just surrounded by a lot of good things, right? But one thing I never realized, never thought about, was that there are apparently some things that you should not do at a Christmas market. Now, before I get into this video, I do want to take a moment to just say that I am extremely heartbroken and over the events that happened in Magdeburg just last week, and like I said, it's heartbreaking. Things like that should never happen, especially this time of year. People are out with their families trying to enjoy the Christmas spirit, have a good time, and then tragedy strikes. So my heart goes out to those who are involved, those who are affected, the people who lost their lives, their family and friends, and the people who were injured. Please know that I am truly sorry that you were just trying to have a good time and tragedy struck. So with that, this couple, I really enjoy their videos. It's Diana and Phil. She's an American, he's a German, and apparently they're going to tell us what not to do at Christmas markets. Let's check it out.
What's up, everybody? We are Diana and Phil. Diana's from the United States and I'm from Germany, and it is Christmas time in Germany. So naturally, a lot of people go to the famous German Christmas markets. But in today's video, we're gonna tell you 10 things that you should not do at a German Christmas market.
Number 1, do not go without cash. Even though it's 2024, Germany and specifically German Christmas markets are very cash-based. Day to day, we still see restaurants, stalls, and places today that say Nur Bargeld, which means only cash here in Germany. And at Christmas markets in Germany, while a few stalls may accept card payments, a lot of them will require cash. So don't forget to bring your euros at a Christmas market so you can buy and enjoy all of the delicious food and drinks.
Yes. Number 2, do not forget your fund. Speaking of cash, there is something in Germany called Pfand, with a PF. Per fund. A fund is a deposit, and you will find it on almost all bottles and cans from all the grocery stores. You will also find them at German Christmas markets on the mugs and the glasses when you order a drink. So if a glühwein costs 5 euros, you might have to pay 7 euros initially, since it's 5 euros for the drink and then 2 euros of deposit to use the mug. You will then get that 2 euro back when you go back to the booth and return your mug. You can just say, "Hallo, nur Pfand zurück bitte," which means I would just like my deposit back, please.
And that's how you do it. You get your fund by returning the mug. 3 euros, here we go.
Some people keep the mugs as remembrance of that market and year. The fund is actually getting higher and higher over the years. Nowadays, it is not uncommon to see a 4 euro fund for a mug, or even 6 euros or something like that for a porcelain plate. And if you're getting tipsy or doesn't feel like lining up just to queue, to get your deposit back, then people often leave their mugs just sitting around, which can add up in money quickly. So we recommend don't forget about your fund and get it back while ordering your next drink.
Number 3.
Okay, couple things on that. I think the two go hand in hand, really, right? If you're using credit card or bank card, it's extremely more difficult to refund that, whereas you're using cash, you just get the cash back, right? Because you can't, even getting gas here and paying with card, and you don't fill it all the way. You tell them how much you want, and then it doesn't go, so you have to go back in, and then they put it back on the card. It's a big hassle. So I can see why using cash is a lot easier, especially when you're talking about the fund.
Don't worry about drinking and walking around the streets. This was something new to me when I first moved to Germany. In the US, it is illegal in many cities and states to walk around with open alcohol. However, in Germany, and specifically German Christmas markets, it is often encouraged.
Or demanded by law.
You can walk around with your drink of choice or hang out at one of the standing tables outside of a Christmas market stall and enjoy your warm Glühwein. And a warm cup of mulled wine is one of the best ham warmers this time of year.
Yeah. Number 4 of things that you should not do at a German Christmas markets is don't go too late. Christmas markets can get extremely busy, like zombie crowd busy. And if that sounds horrible to you, or if you just want to avoid the crowds, we recommend going as early as possible and during the week. The markets mostly open midday and run till around 9 p.m. to 11 p.m.-ish. And it will get busier and busier throughout the day. It's nice to get there at least right before the sun sets or it gets dark and not too late into the evening to avoid like the busiest post-work, post-school crowds and busy times. And pro tip, if you come in a little group, just try to find a cozy spot, settle there before sunset, and don't leave it anymore.
Yeah.
But there's actually one good reason to go late, and that is pre-gaming. Since most markets are in the social centers of the cities, you can easily go on a Friday or Saturday night, meet your friends at the Christmas market, get tipsy, and when they close around 10 p.m., then you go to bars or clubs that are nearby. And this actually works very great in Germany.
Number 5, do not underdress. It's not about being fancy, but about being warm. My biggest recommendation is to wear layers a lot. The temperatures may vary and they will definitely drop throughout the evening, so bring your layers of shirts, sweatshirts, coats, gloves, scarves, everything. The cold was a big shock to me as someone who grew up in the southeast of the US. My very first German Christmas market, I had a little peacoat and layers of sweatshirts, and nowadays I'm walking like a giant black marshmallow with my fluffy winter coat with plenty of layers still underneath.
It's the way to do it.
So yeah, layer up and do not underdress.
Number 6.
I second that, and now that we are moving back over there soon, I've lived in Arizona for the last 13 years, so my blood has definitely thinned out a bit, and if it's 60 degrees, I have a coat and hat on. So getting out there in the wintertime in December, January, definitely gonna have to layer up. And something that you should do anyway is layers, because you might get a little warm, you can take a layer off, put it back on. And then as far as not going too late, that makes sense as well. I didn't realize how early they were open. You know, I was thinking maybe a little bit later in the afternoon, but it's nice midday. You can go, especially if you have family, you know, if you have children and that sort of thing, you can get them out there before it gets too late, before the crowds really start coming in. You're not worrying about losing them or them getting too cold, getting too late. So it really appeals to all people, you know, with families. And then if you're single or you're older, you don't have kids or they're grown, you know, my wife and I can go out a little bit later or stay later, meet friends. And like I said, I never thought about it being kind of your pre-game warm up to a night out on the town, but that makes perfect sense. Man, seeing these pictures, I just can't wait. I love Christmas markets so much.
6, do not forget your ID. It really depends on the stall or the market, but if you're lucky enough to look young and beautiful, you may get carded. So don't forget your ID. We have been at some markets where they card you and provide you with like your wristbands, or others check directly at the stalls, and then a lot of them don't check at all. But remember, the biggest seller here is alcohol after all. And the legal age of drinking beer and Glühwein in Germany is 16 years old. However, liquors are 18 years old and older, which includes Glühwein with a shot of like rum or amaretto called Glühwein mit Schuss. And that's very popular and basically just a Glühwein with more alcohol content. The regular Glühwein usually has an alcohol content of 8 to 13%, and with the liquor shot it goes up to around 20%. So just in case, bring your identification if you want to be sure to enjoy some of the tasty drinks like Glühwein, Met or Feuerzangenbowle at the German Christmas market. Oh, and if you are international or from the US, they might need your passport and not the state driver's license, because those look like toys to us Germans. And quick intermission, by the way guys, you might notice we barely ever do sponsorships in our videos, so we rely on your support, and every like, subscribe and comment on our videos is highly appreciated and helps our channel grow so we can make more food and travel videos from around the world. And if you want to do a little bit more than that, we have a Patreon where we make additional content and engage with you even more. It is patreon.com/DNandPhil, and big shout out to our family level Patreons: Ethan Mitchell, Heather Kaufner, Hessen Metro, Tarek Malkosh, Ushi Izet, Lee Lim, Jessica Soranzak, Debbie and Ray Gordon, and Jamie DeVries. Thank you everybody, and now back to the video.
Number 7, don't forget to say Dankeschön.
Now, bring in your ID. Never thought about that because I've never been ID'd in Germany. But, you know, I guess some people just want to make sure that you are of legal drinking age. I don't think I have a problem being mistaken for a 16-year-old or even an 18-year-old, but you should have your ID with you at all times anyway, just in case something happens to you, you have your ID.
While it is not expected for tourists to speak German, it is always nice to know a few words whenever visiting any country. We've made a few German language videos in the past, but 3 words we often find the most beneficial to know when in another country is hello, please, and thank you. So hello is just hallo in German, please is bitte. Even if you're ordering in English, just adding a bitte at the end shows that you're trying. And last but not least, thank you, which is like Dankeschön, Danke, vielen Dank, all of those work. Or if you want to order completely in German, you can always say, ich möchte einen Glühwein bitte, or ich nehme ein Bratwurst im Brötchen, oder ich hätte gern ein Käselangosch mit Zwiebeln.
Bitte.
Bitte. Zwiebeln. I have so much trouble with that word.
Yeah, I know this point is kind of random, but it feels like politeness is increasingly getting worse and worse, and these stall workers at these markets, they do long shifts in the cold, so we wanted to include this as a reminder just to be polite. If you say Dankeschön or even smile, you're already friendlier than the average person. Number 8 of things.
I think that goes without saying anywhere you go. First of all, I'm glad they made a point to say you should try a few words in the native language. It really goes a long way. When my wife and I went to Greece a couple years ago, we actually spent, a few weeks before we left learning some Greek phrases. Hello, thank you, please, goodbye, things like that. And every time we would say it, the Greeks would have the biggest smile on their face because they knew, hey, they're just visiting, but they've attempted to learn some of our language, and they were very appreciative. So yes, and just be polite always, not just Christmas time. You should say please and thank you every day, no matter what you're doing. It's just the right thing to do.
Things that you should not do at a Christmas market is do not forget an umbrella. Very important. Alright, so this one is a common sense one, but it happens all the time, even to Germans. Germany is a very rainy country, and Christmas time is during the gray and gloomy time of the year. There's a good chance that it will rain during your visit to a Christmas market, and cold temperatures mixed with wind and potential rain is a rather unpleasant combination. Like we said earlier, you can counter this by dressing appropriately and then also bring an umbrella. We recommend bringing a tiny one that fits in your pocket because you want your hands free when you don't need it. So just be prepared and bring an umbrella.
Number 9.
That's something that I never remember. For one, living in the desert for 13 years, it doesn't rain much. And I don't even think I own an umbrella, so that's going to be something I'll need to pick up once we move over there. But it's nice to have, even when it's not raining, protect you from the sun some days. But yeah, I would have never thought of bringing an umbrella. I'd be the one stuck in the rain or under one of the standing table awning things, not wanting to go anywhere.
Don't forget to pay attention to your surroundings. While we haven't ever been pickpocketed ourselves at a German Christmas market, there have been an increased number of pickpockets and stealings throughout Europe, and it's better to be safe than sorry. The Christmas market season is a time where more people are visiting from other cities and countries, and there are a lot of people in crowded spaces. So we recommend being aware of your surroundings and be careful of your phone, money, and passport.
Especially in bigger cities, this has become a problem, along with even attacks of worse scale. But most markets have implemented safety measures like these concrete blocks they have now. And there's a good amount of police presence usually. But yes, just keep an eye out and have your valuables in a secure spot. That just makes a lot of sense.
That makes sense. No matter where you're going, not just Christmas markets, but if you're in a large city or if you're walking around, there seems to be a lot of people. Don't have your wallet in the back pocket. Don't have your passport out. I have a minimalist wallet, fits in my front pocket, that's where it stays, or if I'm on my motorcycle, it goes in a zippered pocket on the front. So yes, be aware of your surroundings no matter where you are, but especially Christmas markets where there is a high concentration of people. That makes perfect sense. And it's just sad to think that there's people out there during what should be the happy part of the season, and they want to steal and, you know, be a Grinch.
Number 10, do not rush it. So this point is really subjective, but there are up to like 3,000 Christmas markets in Germany alone every year, and they are getting bigger and more spread out. So our recommendation is not to try to see it all. The markets are all about relaxed, jolly Christmas vibes. So try to be relaxed and jolly about it, right? And yeah, glühwein helps with that also.
Definitive.
No, but seriously, it might seem a bit overwhelming at first, but just stroll through them, take it in, and pick a thing or two to try. Find a nice spot to relax with your friends and family. This is the best way to just enjoy the atmosphere, and that's what it's all about. So nobody's able to see it all and try everything, and that is okay.
Bonus point, do not forget to try German Christmas market food. Yes, we've talked a lot about glühwein during this video, but the Christmas markets offer some delicious savory and sweet dishes. I know after visiting many German Christmas markets throughout the years, I have my go-to items now.
Langosch.
Yeah. We've made several videos on must-try food at a German Christmas market, or even our last videos on our top 3 favorite dishes, and the ones we've already eaten this Christmas market season.
So yeah, that's it. Not too serious, but let us know what you think about German Christmas markets. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next video.
Bye. Walking the streets.
All right, well, that was pretty fun. Don't rush it. Now, that could be a little easier said than done sometimes when, especially if you're just visiting, so you're on a limited schedule already, and you want to try and see as much as possible. It could be a little more difficult not trying to rush through to see all the booths, see all the food or all the glühwein, but you know, I think part of being on vacation too is relaxing. You don't always need to see everything, and you know, if you just take a step back and stroll through, might be a good idea then to show up a little early in the afternoon. That way you can get through not as many people. You know, it may not take as long to get through all the people, so you can walk around and see what's out there, and then go back around and pick out those favorite or those spots that you want to try the food or the glühwein. That way you're not trying to do it all at the same time. So I really enjoyed this. I do like Deanna and Phil. They do a lot of food videos as well. So if you're into that sort of thing, I will leave a link to the original video down in the description, along with a link to my other channel. I enjoyed this. I hope you did as well. What are some favorite things about Christmas markets that you can share? Please leave them down in the comments below. And if you enjoy this type of video reactions, check out this video up here because YouTube says you might like that one. This one down here is my latest video, and also check out my other channel. So I hope you had a good time. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays. If you don't necessarily celebrate Christmas, Happy Holidays. I hope it's safe, I hope it's enjoyable, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.